Journey here. I'm wearing hats again. This is that darn hat that I made on the loom that I had so much angst over. So I'm wearing it. It's a little large. I picked a large size. But you know what? I like it. It's pink. It's like a bubblegum pink. Yeah. The doggies are here. They're not comfortable because we kicked the cats out. They keep climbing on this new shelf that I built and knocking over the llama, knocking over the gnomes, like just standing there going, put, put, knocking them all down. Hi, hello, go lay down. Go lay down, you're okay. So good morning, crafting journey here. Did I already say that? That journey chick on Instagram? Hey guys, don't forget to hit the like button today and then replace all its salted butter with unsalted butter. He's gonna be pissed. Anyway, also subscribe. Please consider subscribing, please. And ring the notification bell when you want to know when I have another video posted, which actually did a Diamond Art Club post yesterday. Put up another Diamond Art Club video of this dog that, so cute, a Gary Patterson that is freaking adorable. I thought I had the thumbnail sheet here. I have it here somewhere. I don't know what I did with it. The cats probably knocked it down. Yeah. Anyway, we've got a planner out. Get a pen. We're gonna write that in our planner. That we did that yesterday. We posted. The page is coming out. What? Okay. I always forget you can use washi tape here. Ooh. Okay, I didn't use any washi tape. Huh. So, we did a Diamond Art Club unboxing yesterday. Today is National Gratitude Day. Gratitude. And this day in history. What am I going to talk about? Oh, okay. I remember okay. So I am great. Let's talk about what are we grateful for? Let's write it in our planner for today on Tuesday, the 21st, since it's World Gratitude Day. See, you know, we have Thanksgiving and we sit around the table before we eat and we all hold hands and we say what we're thankful for. Not every country in this world has the equivalent of Thanksgiving or a day where they actually reflect on what they're grateful for or what they're thankful for. So this is a day for the entire world to say, well, who is crying on my show? Why are you crying? Where was I? Okay, so this gives the entire world a chance to reflect on what they're grateful for. So how could you do that? You could maybe have a family dinner tonight, sit around the table and just have everybody say, you know, what are you grateful for today? What happened today that you're grateful for? Is it your animals? Being grateful actually has health benefits too. If you reflect each day, just take a few minutes to think about what you're grateful for. It will reduce your stress level, your anxiety level, same as diamond painting. Yeah, so just kind of take a few minutes. I'm just going to say, I am so grateful that my sister moved in. I had some angst about it, I'm not going to lie, but I'm very, very grateful because I'm enjoying her company. We get along great, and it's so far so good. And I'm grateful for the company. I was kind of lonely by myself, and I don't need a man in my life. I really don't. Kittens are nice. They're fun. They're tearing up. They think this room is like Disneyland. So my sister had this great idea. See, I am grateful for her. She's cooking for me. last night she made breakfast for dinner, bacon and pancakes. Oh my God. So she came up with this great idea to keep these doors closed on the cabinets, on the new shelves that I built. We're going to get some Velcro and Velcro the doors shut. She's amazing. She's a crafter too, but like, she's more left brain than I am. She's really creative. I have to follow instructions, like if you like written patterns, and you know, if you give me step-by-step instructions, I can craft. But some people are just like, things come out of their head and they have a creative mind. I'm not that creative. No, I'm more right brain than left brain. That's just me. So we're going to say, I'm grateful for my sister. Okay. Yeah. What are you grateful for? You can put it in the comments. I don't mind. Yes. Or you can do hashtag World Gratitude Day and put it on Instagram. That's another option. So why am I wearing a hat? Because we had a cold front come through yesterday. I have all the windows open, and it went down into the high 40s, low 50s last night. Oh, so comfortable. And I found this new YouTube channel. It's the Aurora Borealis Live. What? Yeah, you can actually watch 24/7 the Aurora Borealis. Now, I haven't figured out what country this feed is from, but I put it on the big screen TV this morning, drinking my coffee, planning the show, and my coffee. I'm ready for a second cup. I think there's something going on in the kitchen. I don't know what. Let me show you. I worked on the painting last night while I was chit-chatting on the phone with a friend. She had just come through Hurricane. I don't even know the name of the hurricane. Was it Ida? I don't know. The one that hit New Orleans, Category 4 plus. Bless her heart, she sat in her closet from 4 o'clock in the afternoon until 2 in the morning with no electricity, all by herself with her poodle, and was just scared to death. Oh my God, she said she'd never do that again, and I feel so bad for her having to go through that. I've been through a few hurricanes, but it doesn't sound like anything close to what she went through. So yeah, I feel really bad for her. But she's safe now. She has electricity, she has internet, and she's got her animals. Yes. And she has a home. Be grateful you have a home, a roof over your head. She's got roof damage. So be grateful that you have a roof over your head, because a lot of people don't. So here's what I did. I blinged this monster. I'm doing the baby monster right now, and I put some bling in his eyes there, and he's already got like the pink bling here and the red bling on his nose, crystals. But look at his eyes, so cute. So I'm actually just working one monster at a time. So I'm gonna finish up the baby monster. Oh, here it is. I found it. Where's your doggy? Check that video out. I'll put a link here to this unboxing. This painting is amazing. See, I wondered where that went. It was underneath here. And I got release papers everywhere. So that's what I'm going to work on, the baby monster. What should we call the baby monster? How about Winston? I'm going to call him Winston, because I've been watching this Travels with My Father, and they adopt this baby doll, literally a baby doll, and the father calls him Winston and treats him like his own son, Winston. He has like matching suits to the father. So I'm going to name this little monster Winston, because I like that name. All right, let me get out. Oh, that breeze feels wonderful. So nice. Oh my goodness. All right, let's get out some. So the reason I was able to bling out the eyes and stuff with different crystals is because I ordered some of these this month. September's crystals are, well, that's diamond painting drills from diamondpaintingdrills.com are these crystals. You can get them in square or round, but this is a sample pack. So I got the sample pack. Each month there is a special sample pack, and you can get them in bags or jars. I always get them in jars because they come in this wonderful little container. There's a sample size. There's about 600 drills in each jar. So last night I picked out a jar. It was supposed to be a dark blue here, so I had some dark blue and I just replaced it there. And then there was some aqua, so I took that aqua one right there and replaced the aqua in the eyes. So dark blue and aqua. It's just nice to have, you know, put a little smattering of these here and there. And during the Monster Mash event, you can get 10% off Diamond Painting Drills. Follow the link down in the description. I am an affiliate. I do make a small commission off of sales when you purchase something. But use hashtag Monster10 and you'll get 10% off. Yeah, they also have glow in the dark. Now I had glow in the dark and I was planning on putting them here in the painting, but then I realized I had ordered squares. So I reordered some rounds that I'm going to put into like the background behind Winston and his family. Yes. This is late today. I didn't get up till 7 o'clock. I was sleeping so good in this weather. Oh, it just feels amazing. In fact, I could go lay down in the bed right now and just lay there and soak it up, you know, feel the breeze. That's another thing to be grateful for. This nice fall day. Last night was an August moon. It'll be around again tonight. Look in the sky tonight. There is a beautiful full moon, and they call it the August moon because it's kind of brings in fall. You know, so we've got this beautiful August moon in the sky, and the breeze is coming through. Oh, just take a second to be grateful. Soak it all in. Take some deep breaths. Yeah, I'm liking it. Okay, let's diamond paint. Diamond painting, diamond painting. Okay, enough about me. Diamond painting, diamond painting. Did I get that? Oh, I didn't. It's right here. I'm reaching into my book of spells to get this Harbor Freight container out. Yep. Now this is purple. I'm not replacing purple with any crystals. I'm just putting in the purple. There's quite a bit of this. Winston's body is purple and pink. Oh my gosh, so pretty. Winston's awesome. Now I know some people, like Tia's favorite is going to be the green monster. I think I'm going to let Tia name the green monster. Yeah, because that's her favorite color. Green. It's also J-Rob's favorite color, and she is back from Disney World. Maybe she wants to name the green monster. We shall see who gets to name the green monster. I was going to say that's a movie, but that was The Green Mile by Stephen King. Now, how is the dog outside? No, oh, he's in the kitchen. Hold on. Tootsie wanted to come back into the craft room. Hi, baby. Hi, honey. Oh, you're such a good girl. She's my 4-year-old girl, which is, 4 times 7 is 28. I had to think. I haven't done times tables since I was 10, or maybe even younger. When do you do times tables? I don't know. I looked at Malia, my granddaughter's schedule for school. Holy moly, she's taking French and algebra, like all these hard classes, art appreciation, and man, she's a glutton for punishment. Hi, baby. All right. Diamond painting, diamond painting. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Here we go. Here we go. Let's talk about the trials that are going on. So first there is the Elizabeth Holmes trial. I was reading up on this and they said this thing is expected to go through December. What? No wonder that juror said, can't do it. Me neither. I would be financially strapped because my employer probably wouldn't pay for me to sit on a jury through December. That's September, October, November, 4 months. What? I don't think so. I'm out. Yeah, no. Who's got that kind of time? You know, I believe we should have professional jurors. People that just, like, you know, instead of being a YouTuber, let's be a juror. I'll be a professional juror. I'll just sit. I'll volunteer for these cases. I'll sit and listen to the evidence. You just got to pay me. Yep, I can do it. I can be impartial. Kind of, sort of. They don't like attorneys on juries because they usually end up being the foreperson and, you know, leading the discussion. So in the Elizabeth Holmes trial, as you recall, she had this company, Theranos, that was supposed to, you know, with this machine called the Edison that was supposed to run these lab tests. It didn't work. So yesterday, this person that named, and I cannot pronounce this last name. I'm going to give it a go. Ganga, Hakar. Yeah, that's the last name. Gangakheddkar. Anyway, this woman is, I figured out it's a woman. Her job was, she was, I don't even know what this means. Former manager of assay systems, ASSAY systems at Theranos. No idea what that means. Assay. What does assay mean? I have no idea. Let's look it up. I could ask Google, right? I don't think Google works on this old iPad. ASSAY. Assay. What does assay mean? The testing of metal or ore to determine its ingredients and quality. Really? So what does assay mean in biology? An analysis done to determine the presence of a substance and the amount of substance. Thus, an assay may be done, for example, to determine the level of thyroid hormones. Okay, so this person was in charge of testing. Let's just say that. So, and she reported directly to Elizabeth Holmes. Yes. So before she took the stand, though, she had already worked out with prosecutors immunity. Like, give me immunity from any criminal prosecution and I will testify against Elizabeth Holmes. So they granted her immunity and she took the stand. And she said that she actually had made copies of emails that she sent to Elizabeth Holmes back in 2013 about numerous failed tests on this Edison device. And at the time, you know, in 2013, these devices were already in the Walgreens stores. They had already gone live in the Walgreens stores. Then in these emails, she was telling Elizabeth Holmes that she did not think this device was ready to be used for patient samples. And Elizabeth Holmes ignored her. Yep. So she was concerned that she was going to get in trouble criminally, so she made copies of all these emails that she had sent to Holmes right before she quit. And then she took her copies home. I don't blame her, and I'm glad she got immunity. So her testimony is going to continue today. I don't know, something like that. Then in the Stanley Ford trial, also, I'm not following R. Kelly, but I understand the prosecution rested in that case. Then in the Stanley Ford arson murder trial. Wow. The judge yesterday read, first of all, we had the closing arguments. So I listened to all of the closing arguments. Now, this is the case where Stanley is accused of arson. So the prosecution's theme was to rule out, they were trying to point out to the jury that you need to find this gentleman guilty of everything beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, that doesn't mean that there aren't other possibilities. And he coaxed it by talking about a story, a cherry pie story. This mom bakes a cherry pie. Her son's watching her eat the cherry, bake the cherry pie. She puts it on the stove when it's done, and she tells her son, do not touch this cherry pie. Do not eat this cherry pie. I'm going to go get a shower. When she gets her shower, she comes back. The little boy is sitting on the floor, cherry pie all over him. And she's like, why, you ate the cherry pie? Well, of course he did. And we know that beyond a reasonable doubt. But are there other possibilities? Is there a possibility that somebody broke into that house while she was in the shower, ate the cherry pie, and then framed the little boy by smearing him up with cherry pie? It's possible. Is it likely? No. So what they were saying is, in this trial, are there other possibilities? Yes. Is it possible that Patrick Boggs, the ex-husband of the woman that died, started the second fire? It's possible. Is it possible that he also started the first fire? It's not likely. So what is more likely? What is it we know beyond a reasonable doubt? I know beyond a reasonable doubt that Stanley Ford disarmed his alarm, left his house, walked outside of his house, walked over to these other two homes simultaneous to these fires occurring. I don't know who that individual was. Does he is the same size and build as Stanley Ford, the one that's spraying the, beyond a reasonable doubt, yes, he meets the description of Stanley Ford. Beyond a reasonable doubt that Stanley Ford was in the area of those fires. Did he light those fires? I'm not convinced he had motive enough to light a fire, but I'm not Stanley Ford. I'm not a get off my lawn type person. This guy's mindset was to restore this neighborhood to, earlier times when it was, a nice, friendly neighborhood. You didn't have drug dealers or families with, dozens of kids who, kids get into mischief. Apparently Stanley Ford didn't like all this. So it bothered him to the point where he may have lit these fires. And the thing that makes this beyond a reasonable doubt is that it's the same method being used in all of both these fires. So is it possible that it's two different people, two different groups of people that set this fire? It's possible that the first fire was set by somebody else. Maybe it was set by a drug dealer. But then how do you explain Stanley Ford going, disarming his home, walking across the street, going over to this other house, coming back, simultaneous to the fire occurring? Is there a truck driving around this neighborhood? Yes. And we do see at one point Stanley Ford leaves that other house and goes towards that truck. The truck was never identified. We don't know if it's the same truck that was seen at the Circle K where those two individuals get out. They don't meet the description of Stanley Ford, and they're clearly not wearing the same clothes as the person that was trying to light that fire. And the prosecution made that clear. We don't know who was in that vehicle. Maybe Stanley Ford had help. And if we ever figure out who it was, we'll prosecute them. But right now, it's Stanley Ford on trial. Is it possible that, some other person committed these fires and then ran towards Stanley Ford's house? It's possible, but it's more likely that it's Stanley Ford. He said he and his wife are the only people that had access to that home and to that alarm. Of course, he had two small girls living in the home, his children, but and we know it wasn't his wife. So who does that leave? It leaves Stanley Ford. His son is mentioned as a possibility. His son doesn't meet this description of the man walking across the street. His son is 6 foot something and 160 pounds, which means he's a stick figure. That does not meet the description of this man walking around those streets the night of the fire. So then the closing arguments for the defense just reiterated their theme was that this investigation by the police was done very poorly and not thoroughly, that they just went with Stanley Ford. They needed to make an arrest, so they went with Stanley Ford. They had video of him. You know, did he walk outside of his home? Yes, that was his MO. He liked to walk around at night. But there was all these other possibilities that the prosecution had just talked about. So, you know, they thought that the two men at the gas station that got out of the truck had, you know, that the police should have contacted them. That should have obtained video from inside the store. They should have figured out what those men bought. Did they go in there and buy lighter fluid? You know, did they talk to the clerk inside the store? Was there a third person in the vehicle that they got out of before they went into the convenience store? None of this was investigated. So this was a point brought out by the defense. They argued that Patrick Boggs, even though his cell phone never left that home and the car never left that home, well, the defense argued that Patrick is a very smart man. Maybe he left his phone at home on purpose. Maybe he took a different car. Wouldn't you take a different car? Maybe he took a different car and went over there and lit the fire. And then they also pointed out this vehicle, this black vehicle. Stanley Ford had Ford during the time of this second fire. Stanley Ford had actually called 911 to report that there was a black vehicle on the street that would sit there with its lights off, and he gave them the license number. They never ran the license number to figure out who was in that car. There was another witness that testified that every night between 9 and 10, this black vehicle would come, and they would park in front of that second house that caught on fire with the lights off for 30, 45 minutes, and then they would leave. Who was that? It was never investigated. They have no idea who that is. It doesn't negate the fact that we still have Stanley Ford disarming his home, walking out, going over towards the fires, and then running back into his home simultaneous with these fires occurring. Okay, so that is what they have to get over. Now, when the judge was reading the jury instructions, let me tell you, this guy has so many counts against him. 9 counts of aggravated murder, 1 count of attempted aggravated murder, because remember, there was one guy in the basement of the first house that survived. So aggravated attempted murder for that guy. So 10 counts. I don't even know what other stuff. There is a count involving the animal. I don't know particularly what that was, but he is charged with the death of that animal. I was surprised when I heard that. And the defense tried to get that one thrown out, and that it just didn't work. The defense also made their motion for judgment of acquittal. That's a technique it's something that's done at the end of every trial. They will argue that in the light most favorable to the prosecution, they still did not prove their case. And rarely the judge will say, I agree with you, and they'll acquit the defendant. But most of the time, the judge listens to the arguments and just says denied. It's a very technical thing, but you have to make that motion. It's just part of the trial. So they made their motion that prosecution had not proved their case. The judge did not agree. She thought there was sufficient evidence that a jury could find that Stanley Ford committed these acts. So it has gone to the jury. They deliberated for about 4 hours yesterday and then went to the hotel. They came back at 8:15 this morning and started deliberating again. So it is now 9:30 and I haven't done any work. I ought to go to work. What I'm going to do is if there is a verdict, I will go live and I will bring you the verdict. You can watch the verdict being read live with me if you like. Or you could hashtag replay it. It's okay. But I know a majority of you on the community tab poll that I posted think he's guilty. About a quarter of you think hung jury. I'm thinking hung jury. That's what I'm thinking. I don't think there's going to be a verdict today. If there is, I'm going to wear my hat. I got my kitty cat shirt on. See? Kitty cat. I don't know if you can see the cat. There's a cat there. Yep. A kitty cat shirt. That is the trial. I gotta find a new trial to talk about, guys. If there's not a new trial, I will bring you a very interesting story because I like storytelling. It might be true crime. It might just be a really spooky story for Halloween. A spooky true story. How about that? And what else? This day in history. We're going to talk about that. This day in history. I just have to find the year. Hold on. Okay. So this day in history, 1938. This hurricane, and it was not a named storm. I don't know if they were naming storms then. Powerful Category 3 hurricane. Boaters had reported it to the National Weather Service, or what later became the National Weather Service, that there was this powerful hurricane out there. And people in Florida were expecting that it would hit there. They thought that that's the direction this hurricane was going. So they bought up all their supplies. They were ready. They boarded up their homes. They, I don't know, they tied up their boats. They did everything to prepare for this hurricane. Well, the hurricane turned, as we know they do. It turned away from Florida, goes up the coast, and all of a sudden makes this turn into Long Island, this powerful Category 3 hurricane. Now you've got all these, it's the end of summer, fall is, as we know, fall is right around the corner. It's September 21st. Fall is like any day now. The people are, celebrating. They're on the beach. They've stayed in these beach homes. There's boaters everywhere. They're not expecting bad weather. All of a sudden, 40-foot waves. This hurricane took a turn right into Long Island. 40-foot waves just washed away boats, homes, people. Over 700 deaths before this storm finally dissipated in Canada. And 600 of those deaths were in Long Island. It was very, very unfortunate. It caused, so sad, 100-mile-an-hour winds, flooding, power outages. People were electrocuted when the power lines went into the water. People were swept away. Boats were swept away. It just demolished this town. Over 3,000 ships were sunk or wrecked. 9,000 buildings and homes were destroyed. It caused $306 million worth of damage. That was in 1938. Today's dollar value of $306 million is $18 billion worth of damage to Long Island. They had to rebuild the whole thing. So sad. And they never named the storm. So that was this day in history. They just call it the Great New England Hurricane. Can you imagine? You're celebrating the end of the summer and the skies start getting dark and here comes a hurricane. And some of these hurricanes, they move relatively slow, but they can be fast too. And we have a garbage man out there. I live in this city in Wichita, and I'm always used to like one garbage company. Like everybody uses the same garbage company. There's 3 different ones here in Wichita that I'm aware of. You have to hire a private company to get your garbage. The city doesn't do it here, which is so strange to me. Anyway, I'm not getting much diamond painting done, am I? So guys, that is the show for today. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. Also, replace all of his butter with his salted butter with unsalted butter. Won't he be surprised? Yep. My sister tried to do that to me. I'm like, wait, what? She took my grocery list, replaced the salted butter with unsalted butter, just like I'm asking you to do to the like button. Yeah. I'm like, oh no, we're ordering the salted butter too. Yes, we are. Also, subscribe if you made it all the way through the show and you haven't subscribed. Please consider subscribing. Ring the notification bell when you want to know when I have another video posted, which you know is quite often. I still have a couple of unboxings to do and a floss tube. Yes, a floss tube, because I am a cross stitcher and a crocheter as well as diamond painting. And tomorrow on Craft With Me Wednesday, we are going to do, I found a book, we are going to do paper folding, which is new to me. So we're going to get a ruler and we're going to give it a go. So I will see you guys tomorrow in Crafting and Crime. If there's a verdict in the Stanley Ford case, I will see you then because I'm going to go live. So ring the notification bell so you know if I'm going live with the verdict. Bye, everybody. Love you.